Hey, and Lizzie, just before we go to the yard here, if you think Limbo Soul looked good, well, the time she ran was 0.39 of a second quicker than Ome Sword, who won the race last year. So, some gallop by the filly.
Yeah, well, Tim Martin's still got it. That was a good old-fashioned plunge and good onto the stable and, and all the people that got behind him and backed him, because certainly was very heavily backed into a $3 favourite from a big price.
Somewhere in Sydney, Tim Martin's got a pretty smug smile on his face, and good on you, Timmy. Very, very good horseman, and we look forward to see where this filly does go. Let's go to the yard for race number 3. The stayers get their chance here in a benchmark 71. It's over the mile and a half. We start with number 2. That's No Return. He was scratched from Canterbury the other night. He appears here over the mile and a half. He's so consistent, and he has to be given a great chance again.
Yeah, deep into a preparation. He's certainly got fitness on his side. He's never actually been tried over the distance, so this is his first go, but he gives every indication that he's going to get it.
Number 3, Paragon here for the John Sargent yard. The visor off for the first time. Blinkers again. He finally gets out to his right journey. I believe he's been schooled during the week, maybe sharpening him up for this. He could well figure.
Yeah, well, that's interesting to know, because that's generally a good thing for these stayers to switch them on, and he's up to his distance. He's 1 for 1 at the distance. He certainly looks like he's definitely taken that fitness, that nice natural progression through his starts, this preparation, so he's definitely one to watch.
Number 4, Storm System, is getting better with every run. I think he bumped into a pretty promising one last start in Sizzling Bullet. The blinkers off for the first time, the visor first time. If there's a negative, we're on a good 3, and some of his better runs are on the softer surfaces.
Yeah, well, he has won on a good track, though, so I suppose that he has at least had that mark on the board. Look, I actually think he's really primed for today. His fitness looks excellent in the yard. He's really has taken nice natural improvement from that 2,000-metre run. As you said, the visor on. He is getting a little bit warm as he just walks past me, so that's just something to take note of.
There's Elatus, number 5, a Star Witness horse. Can find him a little hard to catch at times. He was well down the track there. Well, he ran 3rd in that race on the heavy night at Warwick Farm. Again, he won't be lacking for fitness here.
No, that's right, and the heavy track probably didn't suit him so much that day. Look, he's another one who's deep into a preparation. He's got the 2,400 metres. He has been tried over the distance and run 3rd.
Number 6 here is Pina Agena, the rank outsider here, but I thought he wasn't without hope. He was never a factor again in the heavy track, the race won by Plymouth Road at Warwick Farm the other day. He won at the Beaumont before that. He's back on a good track, and it's only career start number 8, so there's still a bit of upside for him.
Yeah, there certainly is a bit of upside, and if he returns back to that form on the Beaumont track where he won over the 2,200 metres, he certainly will figure in this sort of finish. He's back on top of the ground today.
Destination Tucson, she broke through for that win last start. It had been a while between the drinks for her. Brenton O'Dullah stays aboard for the Wallace stable, and she might just be able to go and do it again.
The biggest thing that I like about this mare is that she's down in the weight. She carried the 59 kilos to win in a small field on the Beaumont track last start. She's down to the 54. She's got gate 1 and Brenton O'Dullah aboard.
And number 8 down from Scone is Mac Missile, a flying spur 4-year-old, 51 kilos after the claim. He's looking for 3 wins on the trot, and why not? No weight on the back. He'll jump, he'll roll forward, and he will give them something to chase, I'm sure.
He certainly will, and doesn't he look fantastic? Look, it was 2 wins, Musselbrook and the Beaumont track, but he certainly deserves his shot in town. He's backing it on their 6-day backup. He looks very, very fit and very primed for this.
Okay, pick of the yard. Lizzie, if you had to select one on looks, is there one of these stayers that grabs you?
Look, I like the look of No Return. I like the way that he's paraded. He hasn't turned a hair, so No Return is my pick of the yard.
Okay, thank you, Lizzie, as the stayers are about to go out for our 3rd race on the program. I think it's fair to say we've seen 2 good TRL races to open the program, and we're going to hopefully have a chat with Gerald Ryan, who has the 2 stayers here and also other runners on the day. We might get a Minari update as well. And Gerald, Storm System, Elatus, good tough campaigners for their owners.
They are good, tough, honest horses who sometimes don't, honest I say with inverted commas, but they go there and they're consistent and get a check. And I was just saying before, in a mile and a half race, one's by Snitzel, the other by Star Witness. You would never have dreamt it when we brought it. So, but anyhow, it doesn't matter.
Okay, one over the other here?
It just depends, Lack of speed's a worry for both horses. Wouldn't like to see Storm System in front too far from home because he won't chase, where the other horse, I reckon, if he was able to whip around him if they were going slow and he got to the front, well, I reckon he'd keep rolling there.
Race 6, Star Wars, back to the trials and made to find the line in that recent trial.
Yeah, we tried him at a mile, which he's failed numerous occasions, so freshen him up and whacked a pair of blinkers on him in the trial, and he trialled really well. But I just said to Josh, make sure he runs past him in blinkers, and that's why we gave him a smack around the tail, and he got past him, and No, he's bright, he's well, he's back to his favourite journey, and they go along quick enough up front because you have to ride in quiet because he's had a few issues earlier in his career, so you've got to ride in quiet and you'd find the line really good.
What about the two girls late in the day, Foxy Housewife and Motor in the last?
Foxy Housewife's going really well, you know 1400's her first go, but she'll put herself up on the speed and back on firm ground again, and she's going really well and looks terrific. And the other mare, she's been getting back in shorter races all the time, Motor. So just try and she's drawn a barrier today where she could map out all right, 1400, less tempo, closer. She runs 1400, she'll find the line good.
Skyline for the boys on the weekend, Minari, gate 1. How's your 2-year-old?
He's very well, he's good. He had a bit of a freshen up, an easy time after he ran second here and done well and has worked well on Friday and again Monday morning. So he's going into the race, not screwed right down, it'll improve off it, but really happy with the way he's going.
Okay, between the races before, we saw Star of Monsoon and Chauffeur gallop for the team. Both looked like they went about their business well.
Yeah, they both work really nice where they are, and Star of Monsoon will probably go to the races next week. He's a stakes place a couple of time maiden horse, but probably the best raced maiden in Australia at the moment. But he's a very well-bred colt who, he's capable of winning a nice race one day. And the other horse is just going terrific. He probably had 10 kilos more than Star Monsoon today, and he hit the line good, pulled up well, and he won't need no trialling before he goes to the Todman. Yeah.
Okay, well, great insight into them all, so good luck here.
Okay, thanks, mate.
Yeah, Gerald Ryan, a busy time for the Ryan stable here and on the weekend and upcoming stakes races. Lizzie, your numbers in race 3?
4, 7, 2 and 5. I'm with Storm System. He just got a little bit warm in the yard just as he was going out, but I'm going to forgive him for that. It is quite a warm day. From number 7, Destination Tucson, thought he paraded really nicely, and as I said, knocking on the door deep into a preparation. Number 2, No Return, another one who's deep into a prep and has been very consistent, all but not winning. And number 5, Elatus. 4, 7, 2 and 5.
I'm with you, Lizzie. I'm a Storm System fan. I like the sizzling bullet form, just the firmness of the track, a little concern. I'll let some sting out for him, but I think that sizzling bullet form's good form. No Return, tough, honest. He'll be in the mix somewhere. Destination Tucson, a mare that's found a winning stride again, and I think Paragon out to the right distance can certainly be effective here. 4, 2, 7, 3. Munns, as I come to you for a tab update. I dare say you got the money in the first race. Is it 1-1 after the filly got the cash in the previous?
Oh, 1-1 on a technicality, Richard, but punter's definitely well in front after that. I'll tell you what, it's no crime to back a winner. Good luck. They took, $26. They've got a trial, and it's just somebody's interpretation on the trial. We're talking about, of course, no Limbo Soul in the previous race. They're going up $26. It was still $10 this morning. First price, it's run $3.10, and it's 101 into 26 for the Golden Slipper now, running much, much faster time than they did in race 1 there with the Colts and Geldings. But congratulations to all concerned with Limbo Soul there. He's still got it, that Timmy Martin. Let's have a look at the market here on race 3, where we've got No Return, a $2.80 favourite. It's very easy on track, but it went up ridiculously short at $2.30 on track. Yes, you could have had $3.20 about it earlier today, so it's a $2.90 chance. I'm saying it's holding its ground at the top of the market, although on track it's telling you it's $2.30 to $3, but the $2.30 was far too short. Storm System on the second line of betting. Now, this is genuinely easy. $2.60 out to $3.60 with tab. On track is $3.20 to $3.80, back into $3.30. So I'm saying the boys prefer No Return to Storm System. Destination Tucson's been fairly solid in the last couple of hours, around about the $5 quote. On track 5 into $4.60, back to $4.80. The bottom one, Mac Missile, you could have had big odds about it this morning in around about $20, $21. It's now an $8 chance. On track has been 9 out to 11, back into $8.50, shorter than that the tote. Elatus just a fraction easy to 10. Paragon 23 easy. Pina Regina easy to 41. On track late money here for Destination Tucson, 480 to 460. I'll tell you what, Richard, we saw Storm System there behind the barriers. Even you didn't get as sweaty as that under the lights doing the preview.
And those lights can get you, Munns, as you well know. Get a little bit muggy in that host set. Anyway, depends how much condition you're carrying, I suppose, and yours truly, I've been fitter over the time. I'm assuming Mac Missile rolls to the front here. You heard from Gerald before, he wouldn't be totally shocked if Elatus maybe roll to the front, Lizzie, so we'll see how the tempo shapes up here. I thought Destination Tucson wouldn't be far away either.
Yeah, small field, there's tactics that are definitely going to play a big part in this, but I probably saw it the same way. If Mac Missile looks like he's got genuine enough speed and he stays all day.
Here's Darren for the third at Rosehill Gardens.
Thanks, Richard. Final stages of loading here for the third. Paragon fourth run this preparation. Blinkers go back on him, and they're going to load Paragon forward with the barrier blanket on. Pina Regina goes up into line with Just Taylor in the saddle, and Chad Lever on Paragon about to take up its spot, and Storm System. Storm System's the clear second favourite. From the good three here at Rosehill today, we've had two pretty good two-year-old races by the board, and now the stay is set to do battle for this benchmark 71. Jumping there at the 300-metre mark and down to the post. So Storm System goes forward, and we're all set now. Ready for action. And they're racing. Well, Elatus was very much on the back foot at the start, so it's 5 or 6 lengths behind them in the early part. Paragon with the blinkers on is really being sooled along in the early part, and Paragon responding to the urgings of Chad Lever, and it's going to take the lead. Mac Missile settles in second, Destination Tucson third, then No Return with cover. Pina Regina next from Storm System, and Elatus doing itself no favours in the early stages by missing the start and at 6 lengths last. So Paragon in a going mood today, and it shows the way by 2 lengths on Mac Missile, who's tugging along in second. Destination Tucson leaders back third. Then the race favourite No Return in fourth, a half further back to Pina Regina. A length off to Storm System, and Elatus is starting to tack on last, and about 6 or 7 lengths off the leader, which is Paragon at the mile mark. Shows out by a length and a half to Mac Missile. Then Destination Tucson is pretty much planted in third position for the trip. Has the favourite on its outside, No Return, followed by Pina Regina. A length further back to Storm System, and Elatus is now tacking on at the rear of the field. So they've got 1,300 metres to run, and Paragon towards the halfway mark in front by a length on Mac Missile. Now Elatus, who did tack on, wants to go around the field now with his steady pace on, and Elatus has come from last and it's going through to head off Paragon now. Mac Missile in third position from Destination Tucson, a length and a half to No Return from Pina Regina, and the second favourite Storm System is back last. They've got 900 metres to run, so Elatus has had to do some work in the run to be where it is, but it's the pilot now by 3/4 to Paragon, followed then by Mac Missile and Destination Tucson, racing side by side. 2 further back to No Return from Pina Regina, and Schofield starting to get stuck into Storm System. Momentarily there's become detached from the field, not going particularly well. Storm System on the turn. It's Elatus being hard pushed now. So's Paragon the outside, and Lever starts to get stuck into Paragon again. From Destination Tucson, Mac Missile, and now No Return has been camped back in the field. It's starting to cut loose for the final assault. Paragon and Elatus still at it in the lead. Paragon the outside of Elatus. No Return's only battling, but he keeps on coming. Elatus is coming back on Paragon. Elatus gets a neck up on Paragon. No Return, Destination Tucson. Elatus, this has been some type of win. Elatus takes out the 1.5 mile event. Won it by 3/4 to Paragon. A short half head away, No Return third. Then Destination Tucson, Pina Regina, Mac Missile. Storm System was in big trouble at the 600 metres.
Yeah, quite right. No Storm System today. You didn't want to be in him at all in the run, or certainly turning for home. And Elatus, Gerald Ryan's other runner here. Well, we heard before the race, Lizzie, Gerald said to us, Jay Ford has a licence to whip around them and take up the running if the pace wasn't the way they wanted. He did that, and Elatus takes out the third.
The ride won that race. He made that mid-race move, and that was what was the telling tale. In the end, he just dictated, and he put the speed on and ran it to suit Elatus, and that was story over.
Close for second. I think Paragon maybe in front of No Return. Destination Tucson fourth will bring you some minors, but Elatus scores in the third race at Rosehill Gardens as we head back to Jace and Chantel at Launceston. are we just doing this replay? Yeah, okay, here we go. 3, 2. Winning trainer is Gerald Ryan. Well done. They weren't going at much of a gallop. Jay says, no worries, I'll roll around them and take it up.
Yeah, well, the horse is his own worst enemy. He's always slow and misses a start, and we don't know why. He's never had a bad experience there, but those last 3 starts in races that looked as if there was not a lot of speed in it, we've said if they slow up mid-race, just get going on him, because I reckon he'd be a horse if he got to the front. You wouldn't get past him the way he is at home. So when they slowed up, he'd done no work. He's in the back straight going in a straight line when he got around him really quick, and then the horse switched off again.
I mean, it's a confidence thing too, out there bowling along thinking this isn't all that hard, and he fought on really well.
Yeah, this horse makes a lot of things hard, except eating his feed. You know, he's a sensational doer. He never leaves a note, and you know, he's tough. He won his first start back from a spell this time over 1,600 metres, and he's been around on heavy tracks over the longer journeys, and he just keeps backing up. And to Jay's credit, he rides his horse really well, and right from when he rode him, ran second on him at Canberra on a heavy 10 one day in a maiden, he come back in and said if this horse ever switches on and gets his act together, you have no trouble winning in town. Well, he's won 2 in town this preparation now.
Yeah, heard some decent yells from upstairs, the boys, and I'm assuming the owners. They're happy they win a race in town. It's not easy to do. Tell us about the owners and how he came to you.
Well, the Lang brothers, the Lang Racing, they own him. They got. I've been very fortunate with him. I've had 4 horses for him, I think, and it's been Red Excitement, Peace Force, this horse, and Magic Alibi, and they've all won in town, so they've been really good to me. And you know, they breed him. They had a share in Star Witness, and they breed to him every year, and they bred this, and they rung up and asked me to train him when he was a young horse, so it's good, yeah.
Well done.
Okay, thanks, mate.
Gerald Ryan, a winning double for Gerald today, and Lizzie is there with winning rider Jay Ford after the third.
He's just making everything official here, but it was a great win, wasn't it? It's well done, Jay. Made that mid-race move and went to the front, and they couldn't get past you.
Yeah, he's got talent, the horse. He's just very quirky, and he's got a few traits and doesn't like to jump and whatnot, and then can over-race. So when I discussed it with Gerald, we just sort of left it open that if he got pulling, don't be afraid to let him bowl a bit early. So after he bombed the start, I sort of just left him alone, but they were crawling over the side there. So let him stride, and he's a tough stayer, and I think he'll only get better with age. So it's good to see him win again.
And will you try and elect to ride him forward from now on in?
He doesn't jump, so that makes life a bit hard. He's a race-by-race thing, you know, so one day he might jump and he might be able to put himself forward, but more times than not he's out the back.
Well done, it was a great win.
Cheers.